back to Chrome. We're live, 3 seconds in. There's a lag, and here comes the video, I hope. There we go. We are now broadcasting live.
But we don't have sound in the reason.
Taking notes.
But we do have sound.
I'm going to sit up here. Am I better off right there or more over here?
As long as you're sitting, you're fine. Hello everybody and welcome to our broadcast of the ladies swim meet between the Skyline Eagles and Farmington. We are going to be getting going here in a few minutes. We're still ahead of the national anthem, which they usually do, and the girls are still in their warm-ups, but we should be getting started here shortly. Thank you.
It just won't let me go.
This is called OBS. Sorry, I've got my mask on though. It's alright. Again, if you're just joining the stream, we're getting ready for the swim meet between Skyline and Farmington at Skyline High School. The start time should be right here in a minute or two, but it seems like they're not close to getting started. They're still in their warm-ups, so hang with us while they get through that, and we'll get it started as soon as possible.
Your screen went black. Rob.
Is this right here? I don't those glasses. So remember that to start the watch, you gotta bring the orange thing back up on top every time, otherwise the buttons won't hit. It looks like the teams will be gathering or starting to gather for the national anthem, so hopefully we only have a few more minutes before we get going with the broadcast or with the swim event.
At this time, we ask that you stand and remove your hats for our national anthem, which will be sung by members of the Eagles team, Lawrence Sloan, Alec Rivera, and Claire Cosma.
All right, we are getting ready to start here. Our first event is the 200-yard medley relay. Farmington will be swimming in the lanes closest to us, lanes 1 through 4, and Skyline will be swimming in the lanes farthest away from us, 5 through 8. In lane 1 for Farmington, the D team of McDonald, Smith, Palma, and Richter. The C team of Garcia, Sedelo, Kozlowski, Puera, and Howell. The B team of Fenstra, Fleming, Lyric, and McKelvey, and the A team of D'Erico, Bushley, Graves, and Schwal. For Skyline in lane 5, the A team of Lee, Nielsen, Cosma, and Sald. The B team of Guevara, Nielsen, Husel, and Deininger. The C team in lane 7 of Horvath, Mazza, Kim, and Rowley. And in lane 8, the D team of Andrew Vaughn, Mars, Dawson, and Sawyer.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to?
You can't watch that one. You got to watch it on here, and I've got it covered up. Go back to the OBS. Watch right there. After the first touch, it's Skyline A, Skyline B, and Farmington A. coming to the wall for the end of the second swimmer. Skyline A is going to take it, but here comes Farmington B catching up and taking second place. This turn will be Skyline A, followed by Farmington A, and followed by Farmington B in third. Skyline B coming to the wall in fourth. And touching the ball first will be Skyline A with a time of 1:53.22. Farmington A, 1:55.52, followed by Farmington B at 1:57.84. Skyline B touches fourth at 2 minutes, .91. Skyline C in fifth, 2:07.80. Farmington C, 2:08.67. Farmington D, 2:14.20, followed by Skyline D with a time at 2:16.93. As has become customary this season, they do a warm down period to slow the respiratory rate in between races, so that's what you're seeing here. This gives us a moment to get ready for the next event, which will be the 2 heats of the 200 freestyle. In the first heat, swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Nari Butelja. My apologies to all the Farmington families who might be watching. We'll do the best with the names. In lane 2, Molly Barron, and in lane 3, Charlotte Klein. And swimming for Farmington in lane 4, Megan Allen. For swimming for Skyline, in lane 5 will be Garciela Maza, and in lane 6, Sydney Sawyer. See the times come in, check and see if any of the state cuts hit and tap in and point out the state cut. And the girls are stepping up on the starting platforms for the 200 freestyle heat 1. As a reminder, the time on the clock is unofficial. We are not connected to the scoreboard. We do our best to get that started accurately, and it's just an idea of how your swimmer is doing. As always, check the final times in Meet Mobile to see what the actual results are for the meet. At the 50-yard point, it's Megan Allen touching first, followed by Charlotte Klein in second. At the 100-yard, it's going to be Megan Allen again, still followed by Charlotte Klein. Third place should be Garcia Lamaza. Allen, followed by Klein, followed by Mazza. Sydney Sawyer in fourth place. Nari in fifth. It will be Megan Allen from Farmington taking the first heat with a time of 2:15.73, followed by Garciela Mazza with a time of 2:22.08. Touching third will be Sydney Sawyer with a time of 2:27.48. I think the pads have missed a touch for the fourth place. So it's showing Nari in fourth with 2:41.43, but I think that's actually one place behind Molly Barron, 2:48.16. I believe Charlotte Klein was actually the fourth place finisher, and the pads just did not quite register correctly. So we will move on to Heat 2 of 2, the finals for the women's 200 freestyle. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Lily Schwalm. In lane 2, Elia DeErico. Lane 3, Paige Meyer. And lane 4, Ava Martin. For Skyline, in lane 5, Lily Cleason. 6, Gina Sadler. Lane 7, Ella Enrique Shakespeare. And in lane 8, Lauren Sloan. Again, lanes 1 through 4 at the bottom of the screen, lanes 5 through 8 at the top of the screen. Separating the pool in half for more distancing between the teams. After the first 50, it looks like Lily Cleason will touch first, followed by Ava Martin, close behind. And Gina Sadler, I believe, has got the third place spot after the first 50. Cleason holding the lead, followed by Martin and Sadler in third. Enrique Shakespeare seems to have grabbed hold of fourth by a small lead. Coming to the wall after 150, it's going to be Lily Cleason with a little bit bigger lead, followed by Ava Martin, who is a few strokes ahead of Gina Sadler. Enrique Shakespeare still holding fourth by about a body length. Two Farmington swimmers in a dead heat for fifth and sixth after that. And taking the heat will be Lily Cleason with a time of 1:57.09
With a state cut.
with a state cut. Second place, Gina Sadler catches up and takes it at 2:02.56, followed by Ava Martin with a time of 2:02.93. In fourth place, Ella Enrique Shakespeare, 2:06.35. Fifth place, Paige Meyer with a time of 2:07.60. Sixth place, Ella DeErico with a time of 2:07.92. Seventh place went to Laura Sloan with a time of 2:13.77. And in eighth place, Lily Schwalm with a time of 2:16.05. Got it working really well, but I get the scores. The scoreboard tonight, folks, is working really well, and it's even given us the team scores as we go along. So at this moment, it appears that Skyline has a score of 118, and Farmington has a score of 68.
I don't know how they would have that.
Although we're not 100% certain that's accurate, we're just saying that's what's on the board. So as always, Checkmate Mobile at the end.
Announcing that score, like there's been nowhere near that many points so far.
Yeah, I was on Checkmate Mobile. Okay, so that brings us to the next event, which should be the women's 200-yard individual medley. One heat. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Lillian Casimar. Lane 2, Marisol Garcia Cedillo. Lane 3, Kristen Fleming. Lane 4, Emma D'Erico. For Skyline in lane 5, Sophia Nielsen. Lane 6, Marin Husel. Lane 7, Miranda Nielsen. And lane 8, Addison Kim. After the fly, it's going to be D'Erico from Farmington touching first, followed by Fleming from Farmington and Nielsen from Skyline. At the halfway mark, D'Erico has a comfortable lead, finishing the backstroke. It's going to be very close to see who touches second. Very hard to tell. Garcia Cedillo, Fleming, Nielsen, Husel and Kim all right together for second. D'Erico still in the lead after the breaststroke, and Nielsen grabbing a good hold on second place for Skyline. Fleming has a good lead on third. Taking the heat is going to be Emma D'Erico from Farmington with a time of 2:16.29. In second place will be Sophia Nielsen from Skyline with a time of 2:21.27. Third place, Kristen Fleming, a time of 2:24.41. Fourth, Mari Garcia Cedillo, 2:27.24. Fifth, Marin Husel, 2:27.84. Sixth, Miranda Nielsen, 2:28.24. Seventh, Addison Kim, 2:28.55. And rounding out the heat will be Lillian Kazimar with a time of 2:46.25. That, as they cool down, will bring us to the 50-yard freestyle. There will be 3 heats in the 50-yard free. Starting with heat 1, we'll have all Farmington swimmers. So this is a little bit of a break from the lane splitting because there's enough Farmington swimmers. There will be 6 of them. In lane 2, Preya Patel. Lane 3, Vrisa Odedra. Lane 4, Elizabeth Ronald. Lane 5, Molly Barron. Lane 6, Stuti Goal. Lane 7, Madison Danucci. Again on the blocks, heat 1 of 3 of the women's 50 freestyle. Taking the heat comfortably will be Elizabeth Ronald. So it's cut off on the board. Sorry about that. And Elizabeth Ronald. Second place, Molly Barron. Third goes to Studi Gall. Fourth, Varissa Odera. Fifth, Madison Danucci. Sixth, Preya Patel. Elizabeth finished with 30.59. Sorry, Molly 36.61. Studi 37.62. Madison had a 40.53. Vrissa had a 38.29. Preya had a 42.71. I apologize for not reading those the first time around. And on to heat 2 of 3 in the 50 free. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Madeline Kowalski. Lane 2, Scarlett Richter. Lane 3, Sophia Palma. Lane 4, Maddox Howell. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Allie Deininger. Lane 6, Lauren McNeil. Lane 7, Johanna Horvath. Lane 8, Olivia Andrew Vaughn. Again, if you're just joining in, lanes 1 through 4 at the bottom of the screen. We'll have all the Farmington swimmers. Lanes 5 through 8 are at the top of the screen, holding all the Skyline swimmers. On the screen, I feel that I've made an error in the state cuts. I don't feel like there's any way that the state cut time for the 50 could be 24:99. It should be about double that, I would think.
No.
No, is that right?
Yes.
That is correct. I'm sorry, I guess that is correct. So we'll see that, monitor that, see if anybody gets to a state cut. Oh, we have just confirmed it. I did get the state cuts correct, so that's pretty fast. I don't think I could get 25 yards in 25 seconds. Heat 2 of 3 on the blocks, ready to start. Everybody swimming well in all 8 lanes. First place is going to go to Allie Deininger with a time of 27:02. Second to Lauren McNeil with a time of 28:28. Third, Olivia Andrew Vaughn with a time of 28:52. Fourth, Madeline Kowalski, a time of 28:91. Fifth, Scarlett Richter, a time of 29 flat. Sixth, Johanna Horvath, a time of 29:07. Seventh, Sophia Palma, 29.17. And rounding out the heat is Maddox Howell with a time of 29.69. Bringing us to the third and final heat of the 50 free. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Kelsey McDonald. In lane 2, Katrine Feenstra. Lane 3, Mackenzie Bushy. Lane 4, Madeline Greaves. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Shannon Lee. Lane 6, Claire Kozma. Lane 7, Erica Sald. And lane 8, Sky Rowley. The finals of the 50 free on the blocks, ready to start. This is going to be a close heat. Coming to the wall. Touching first is going to be Claire Kozma with a time of 24:45. Madeline Greaves in second with a time of 24:89. Third is Shannon Lee, 25:76. Fourth, Erica Sald, 25:81. Fifth, Mackenzie Bushy, 26:81. Sixth, Katrian Feenstra, 27:57. Seventh, Sky Rowley, 28:05. And eighth is Kelsey McDonald with a time of 29:61. We have two state cuts for Kozma and Greaves. Kozma and Greaves both get state cuts. Nice job, ladies. This brings us to the break for the women's 1 meter diving. We can just switch over to the dive event. There we go. And it'll take them a few moments to set up, so stand by and get something to drink and come back and join us in a few minutes for the diving.
You gonna change your view?
We have two state cuts in that final heat here at the American Skyline. In addition, Kyle from Skyline Greaves also qualified for the state cut in second place.
It was good. It was like that.
That was what I told you.
But that was, I actually.
Good job.
Thank you. people can just watch their kids dive. People can just watch their kids dive.
Well, I was just lucky that just happened to jump on right as the divers started forming up, so I knew that a few minutes ready.
If you're just coming in, we have finished the first part of the swim meet and they're warming up for diving. That'll take a few minutes for the diving to get going. And we'll be continuing with the dive meet and the swim meet momentarily.
Well, I just moved over to the diving, so the diving when we go back, it'll be kind of from the corner shot, where you can see almost everything. A little bit of that first floor comes up. Lake one is the closest thing to us this time. Last time we were farthest north. So, right. But that'll change. That'll change when they go back to swimming. The events on the camera. But there's still won't be a link on it.
But we were out there staying. Do you want to bring Liam? Leave him.
I don't feel like I could keep him drunk this time.
Do you want Charlie or Devon to come up and help you?
Might get sad. So it looks like the warm-ups for the diving have ended, and they should be getting ready to start the meet. They have been having difficulties with the computer system for the diving, and we do not have, for this event, any dive information. We typically like to try to get the dives listed for you. We know this much, that the diving order in first spot will be Maddie from Skyline, second spot will be Jill from Skyline, the third spot will be Quinlan from Farmington. The fourth spot will be Violet from Skyline. The fifth spot will be Grace from Farmington. And the sixth spot will be Peyton from Skyline. We may not know what dives they are doing, other than trying to listen to the pool announcer to pick those up for you. They're going to write the dives on a whiteboard down by the pool. Unfortunately, the whiteboard is not visible from our vantage point, so we can't read them off of that either. But we will do our best, and if nothing else, we'll keep order of the divers so you can recognize your diver and be able to see how they do. careful about the. Really talented. I can't be certain, but I think they may still be trying to get the computer system worked out, and that's what the delay is here. I see the Skyline girls just kind of moving around to stay loose, so that might indicate that it might be a few minutes more. Here we go, folks. I can't. I don't know if I can. This is Maddie from Skyline with the first dive. We could not hear clearly the dive. Scores for Maddie: 4, 4, and 4.5. Jill from Skyline. We think it's a 501C. Scores for Jill: 4.5, 4.5, and 5. Quinlan from Farmington. Scores for Quinlan: 3.5, 5.5, 5.5. Should be Violet from Skyline. Scores: 4, 5, and 4.5. Grace from Farmington. Her dive is a 1.7 degree of difficulty. We heard that. Scores for Grace: 4, 5, and 4.5. Finishing round one will be Peyton from Skyline. Scores of 4.5, 5, and 5.5. This is the beginning of round two. Maddie from Skyline's second dive. Scores for Maddie: 4, 4, and 4. Jill from Skyline. A 1.7 degree of difficulty, we could hear. Scores of 5, 5, and 5.
It is.
That I think should be Quinlan from Farmington. I'm not sure what just happened there. I didn't see any scores come up. I think the judges are looking at a rule book or something, or trying to sort something out. We're not 100% certain what just happened with that dive. I think what I'm picking up from the judge is that there's been some type of a I don't know if it's a disqualification, but a violation of the rules for the number of times she bounced on the springboard. That maybe only one is permitted, and she took 2 bounces. They're discussing with Quinlan, and they're reading the rule book, I think, and taking a look at that particularly to find out what happened. So the judges are holding up scores now of 5, 5.5, and 5.5. So that's a good sign for Quinlan. Oh, there was a 1-point deduction or some type of a point deduction for the mistake. As always, check Meet Mobile to find out what happened with the scores. Violet from Skyline is the next diver. Scores of 5, 5.5, and 5. Grace from Farmington. We heard the degree of difficulty is 1.9. So more difficulty with the judges. I think this time they weren't sure what the dive was going to be. Scores were 4.5, 5, and 4.5. This is going to be Peyton from Skyline. Scores 5, 4.5, and 5.5. Starting round 3 is Maddie Robbins with a 201C. Scores 4, 4.5, 4, and 4. Jill is from Skyline is going to dive a 301C with a 1.6 degree of difficulty. We're able to hear these a little better for some reason right now. Scores of 6.5, 6, and 5.5. Seems to me all 6 of these ladies are diving very well. Quinlan from Farmington, a 501C. Degree of difficulty 2.2. Scores of 5, 5.5, and 6. Violet with a 201C, degree of difficulty 1.5.
Total score from that time 36.3. For a total running total score of 9.86.
Scores of 3.5, 3.5, and 4. Grace with a 401B, a 1.5 degree of difficulty. Scores are 3.5, 4, and 4. Peyton with a 104C, degree of difficulty is 2.2.
Score of 17.25 for that time.
Scores of 5, 5, and 6. Maddie with the 202C, degree of difficulty 1.5. This is the beginning of round 4. Scores of 5, 4, and 4. Jill with a 201C, degree of difficulty 1.5. Scores of 6, 5.5, and 4.5. Quinlan from Farmington with a 203C, degree of difficulty 2.0. Scores 5, 5, and 5. Violet with a 101B, I think he said.
30. Putting her at 119.6.
Scores of 6, 5.5, and 4.5. Grace with a 202A, degree of difficulty 1.7. Scores of 4.5, 4.5, and 4. Peyton will dive a 203C with a 2.0 degree of difficulty.
Total score on that dive 22.1. Grand total of 88.9 so far.
Scores of 4.5, 4, and 5. Maddie, to start the next round, did not catch the number, but it's a 1.6 degree of difficulty. Four and a half, 4, and 4. Jill with a 401B, degree of difficulty 1.5. Scores are 5, 6.5, and 5. Quinlan with a 203C, I believe he said. Degree of difficulty 2.1. Scores 6.5, 6.5, and 6. Violet with, I think he said, a 103C. Degree of difficulty a 1.6. 5, 4.5, and 5. Grace is going to try, I think it was a 5122D, a 1.9 degree of difficulty. So I think there was a no dive on that last one because she executed the incorrect dive. This is going to be Peyton. I didn't catch the dive. Peyton from Skyline. Oh. Score is 5.5, 5, 5.5. Starter round 6. Maddie Robbins from Skyline. A 401C. Scores of 4.5, 5, and 4.5. Jill with a 402C, a degree of difficulty of 1.6. Six, 4.5, and 5.
Next up, Tony. Dive 30C, 2.1.
This is Quinlan. I think he said a... No, Quinlan's shaking her head, so I don't think they announced the right dive. Quinlan's going to dive a 403C. Degree of difficulty 2.2. Inward 1.5. Somersault with a tuck. Scores of 5, 5, and 5. Violet with a 401B. Degree of difficulty 1.5. Score of 5.5, 5.5, and 5. Grace from Farmington, a 103B, forward 1.5 somersault in the pike. Degree of difficulty is 1.7. Scores of 3.5, 3.5, and 3.5. Peyton with a 403C, degree of difficulty of 2.2. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the last dive and round 6. We'll find out, I guess, in a moment. Scores of 6.5, 6.5, and 6. That was the end of the diving. Thanks for bearing with us with the broken information. We managed to get a little bit of a rhythm there at the end. Sit tight while they reconfigure the pool and we reconfigure the camera for the swimming, and we'll pick up with the rest of the swimming event in a few moments. If we can pick up on the announcement sometime during the swim meet, we will bring the final results of the diving to you. However, as always, check Meet Mobile for the final standings. We'll do our best to get you what information that we can. When we come back to swimming, we'll be picking up with the 100-yard butterfly. Asian. It started on my toes.
Should take the Mayday off first.
So you have them covered stuff. I told you like the cases doubled to 600 for the week, up from 300 for the week. I think like 60% of the active cases that they have are UFM students. If you're just coming in, we have reconfigured from the diving portion, and the ladies are warming up for the swim events. As you can see on the screen, the first event up will be the 100 butterfly in a few minutes. I did report a score on the scoreboard earlier, and I was curious if it could be right or not. We're several events in and it hasn't changed the score, so I'm going to guess that we don't know what the score is for the teams at this point in time. That'd be the other reason I shouldn't bring Charlie up here. I should bring Sam, because I don't want to try to talk to him and ask him. Maybe that's sweet.
By the way, I got my flu shot already this week. Last week, so I know.
I'll be okay. We gotta go across the CVS by Wednesday to pick up my medicine. Not a pill, but another substance.
Herb.
Is that it's like the ACE inhibitor or different?
Angiotensin receptor blocker.
This is
I think I heard the event judge giving a 2-minute warning to the girls, so hopefully that'll be 2 minutes and we'll be back to swimming. Okay, here we go. One heat of the 100-yard butterfly on the blocks. Farmington in the first 4 lanes. Lane 1, Madeline Puera. Lane 2, Paige Meyer. Lane 3, Katie Lyric. Lane 4, Emma DeErico. Let's get this started and I'll come back with Skyline. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Claire Kozma. 6, Myron Husel. 7, Johanna Horvath. 8, Addison Kim.
They would be down there.
At the halfway mark, it's going to be Kozma from Skyline, followed by DeErico from Farmington. Lyric seems to have 3rd place, followed by Meyer in 4th. And touching first will be Claire Kozma with a time of 59.02. Second goes to Emma DeErico, 101.48. Third, Katie Lyric, 101.96. Fourth, Paige Meyer, 102.99. Fifth, Addison Kim, 35.60. Sixth, Johanna Horvath, 37.34. Seventh, Marin Husel, 109.60. And rounding out the heat is Madeline Puera with a time of 109.97. Congratulations to Claire Kozma for a state cut. Seems to me she may have already gotten a state cut in this one before, but in any event, great job, Claire. And the swimmers are warming down. While we'll do that, we'll set up the 100-yard freestyle. There'll be 2 heats in the 100 free. In the first heat, swimming for Farmington in the first 4 lanes. Lane 1, Nari Butelja. Again, I hope I'm saying that somewhat close. Lane 2, Lillian Casimar. Lane 3, Kelsey McDonald. Lane 4, Stephanie Smith. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Olivia Andrew Vaughn. Lane 6, Ava Dawson. Lane 7, Sydney Sawyer. And lane 8, Sophia Mars. This is the first heat of the 100 free on the blocks. It's going to be very close at the turn. Touching first of the turn would be Andrew Vaughn, followed very close, 81 hundredths of a second, Stephanie Smith behind. And taking the heat will be Olivia Andrew Vaughn with a time of 101.78. Second goes to Lillian Casimar, 104.27. Third, Stephanie Smith with 104.52. Fourth goes to Ava Dawson, 106.30. Fifth, Sydney Sawyer, 108.26. Sixth, Sophia Mars, 110.20. Seventh, Nari Butelja, 113.25. And touching eighth is Kelsey McDonald with a time of 127.06. That sets us up for the finals in the 100 free. Reminder, at the bottom of the screen, lanes 1 through 4. With Farmington, lane 5s through 8 at the top of the screen is Skyline. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1, Sophia Palma. Lane 2, Maya McKelvey. Lane 3, Ava Martin. Lane 4, Madeline Greaves. For Skyline in lane 5, Erica Sald. 6, Ali Guevara. 7, Lauren McNeil. And lane 8, Ali Deininger.
Skyline.
Second through fifth, sixth.
All right, I think we've got some diving results, or at least we did our best. We're going to get this race started, and then we'll update you on the diving results after this race. So, again, coming to the block, the finals of the 100 free.
Catch that full score for the diving. Did you guys catch it?
At the midway point, it's going to be Madeline Greaves for Farmington, followed by followed by Ali Guevara from Skyline. Madeline Greaves should touch first, going to be very close for second and third. Madeline has a time of 53.38. Second place goes to Ali Guevara, time of 57.06. Third, Erica Sald, 57.54. Fourth, Ava Martin from Farmington, 58.33. Fifth, Ali Deininger, 59.63. Sixth goes to Maya McKelvey, 59.73. Seventh goes to Lauren McNeil with a time of 101.33. And rounding out the heat is Sophia Palma with a time of 104.23. Let's see if we can sneak in those diving results. I don't have the scores, but Quinlan from Farmington finished first. Second place, Peyton from Skyline. Third goes to Jill from Skyline. Fourth to Violet from Skyline. Fifth to Maddie from Skyline. And sixth goes to Grace from Farmington. Again, we picked those up off the speaker as best we could. Check Meet Mobile for the final results. Next up in swimming, the 200. Let me check that. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. 500 free. The next event will be the 500 free that's on your screen there. One heat. Swimming for Farmington in lane 1 at the bottom, Megan Allen. Lane 2, Maddox Howell. Lane 3, Madeline Pereira. Lane 4, Marisol Garcia Cedillo. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, Gina Sadler. Lane 6, Ella Enrique Shakespeare. Lane 7, Lauren Sloan. And lane 8, Garciela Maza. In the finals of the 100-yard freestyle, congratulations to Madeline Greaves, who got a state cut with her time. A state cut for Madeline Greaves. Good job, Madeline.
Best for times.
After the first 100, Gina Sadler establishes the lead with Ella Enrique Shakespeare in second. Madeline Pereira and Mari Garcia Cedillo are very close to each other for third and fourth. And after the second 100, it's going to be Sadler from Skyline, followed by Enrique Shakespeare from Skyline. Pereira and Garcia Cedillo are neck and neck, only 1/100th of a second apart after 200 yards. After 300 yards, it'll still be Sadler from Skyline, followed by Enrique Shakespeare from Skyline. Now in third place will be Marcia Cedillo from Farmington, and a second or so behind. will be Madeline Puera, also from Farmington, in fourth. With just 100 yards left to go, it's still going to be Sadler from Skyline leading Enrique Shakespeare from Skyline by a little less than 2 seconds. In third place is going to be Mari Garcia Cedillo, and in fourth will be Madeline Puera. Taking the bell is Sadler, followed by Enrique Shakespeare. And winning the 500 free will be from Skyline, Gina Sadler with a time of 5:25.62. Second goes to Ella Enrique Shakespeare with a time of 5:27.96. Third place, it's abbreviated Mary on the board, Mary Garcia Cedillo. I think it's fourth is Madeline, Garcia Cedillo's time is 5:37.65. Madeline Puera with a time of 5:45.97. 5 is Maddox Howell with a time of 5:49.63. 6 is Lauren Sloan from Skyline with a time of 5:57.42. 7th goes to Megan Allen from Farmington with a time of 5:59.29. And rounding out the heat is Garcella Maza from Skyline with a time of 6:14.01. Those states. Next up, after the cool down, will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. One heat, swimming at the bottom of the screen, starting in lane 2 for Farmington. The C team of Danucci, Odedra, Goal, and Ronald. In lane 3, the B team of Meyer, Palma, McDonald, and Casimar. In lane 4 for Farmington, Schwalm, Lyric, Fleming, and Martin. Swimming for Skyline, in lane 5, Lee, they are the A team of Lee, Cleason, Deininger, and Sald. In lane 6 for Skyline, the B team of Rowley, McNeil, Enrique Shakespeare, and Sadler. Lane 7, the C team of Nielsen, Horvath, Kim, and Sloan. And in lane 8, the D team of Mars, Andrew Vaughn, Dawson, and Mazza. The 200 freestyle relay is on the blocks.
Thank you, Mark.
The first leg is going to go to the A team of Skyline, followed by the A team of Farmington. After the second swimmer, the Skyline A team is going to stretch out a little bit more of a lead. Farmington A still in second, and Skyline B touching third. With just one swimmer to go, it's going to be Skyline A, followed by Farmington A, and Skyline C beating Skyline B to the wall for third. First and second are pretty much decided. It's going to be very close for third. Skyline A touches first for the time of 1:45.06. Farmington A, 1:49.26. Third place, Skyline B, 1:50.69. Fourth place, Skyline C, 1:51.63. Fifth place, Farmington B, 1:57.32. Sixth place, Skyline D, 1:59.45. And rounding out the heat will be Farmington C with a final time of 2:27.32. Event number 10 is the 100-yard backstroke. That's the next event. As these swimmers cool down, we'll set up the lanes for you. There'll be two heats in the 100-yard backstroke. In the first heat, just 4 swimmers all from Farmington, and they will be swimming in lanes 1 through 4. Lane 1, Preya Patel. Lane 2, Charlotte Klein. Lane 3, Scarlett Richter. And lane 4, Madeline Kowalski. The first heat of the 100-yard backstroke will begin in just a moment.
Event number 10, 100-yard backstroke. Heat 1 of 2.
The 100-yard backstroke heat 1 of 2 in the water. Again, all swimmers in this heat are from Farmington in the lower 4 lanes. Making the midway point first, Madeline Kowalski, followed by Scarlett Richter. Third is in Charlotte Klein is in third place, and Preya Patel is holding fourth. And taking the first heat will be Madeline Kowalski with a time of 1:14.99. Second will go to Charlotte Klein with a time of 1:21 flat. Third goes to Scarlett Richter with a time of 1:21.40. And working hard all the way to the wall to round out the heat will be Preya Patel with a time of 2 minutes even, 2:00.57 for Preya Patel. As they cool down, we'll set up the finals of the 100-yard backstroke. Farmington, lane 1 through 4. In lane 1, Lily Schwalm. Lane 2, Katrine Feenstra. Lane 3, Maya McElvely. Lane 4, Ella DeErico. Lane 5 for Skyline, Lily Cleason, Ali Guevara. In lane 6, Shannon Lee in lane 7, and Sophia Mars in lane 8. The finals for the 100-yard backstroke is in the water. At the halfway point, it's going to be Cleason from Skyline, followed by Lee from Skyline and Guevara from Skyline in the top 3 positions. Looking to be an all Skyline heat with Cleason touching first for Skyline, a time of 58.73. Second, Shannon Lee, 101.21. And third, Ali Guevara, 103.40. Fourth place goes to Katrine Feenstra from Farmington. Fifth, Ella DeErico from Farmington. Sorry to do Catrian, 105.64. Ella's a 106.36. Sixth, from Farmington, Maya McKelvey, 107.71. Seventh, Lily Schwalm from Farmington, 114.08. And rounding out the heat was Sophia Mars from Skyline with a time of 124.29. Lily Cleason with another state cut in this heat. Congratulations, Lily. Next up is the 11th event, which is the 100-yard breaststroke. There will be one heat in the 100-yard breaststroke. In the lower lanes for Farmington, lane 1, Stephanie Smith, lane 2, Katie Larrick, lane 3, Kristen Fleming, lane 4, Mackenzie Bushy. Swimming for Skyline in the upper lanes, lane 5, Sophia Nielsen, lane 6, Miranda Nielsen, lane 7, Sky Rowley, and lane 8, Ava Dawson.
Good job, Ellie. Go Eagles.
The finals of the 100-yard breaststroke is on the block. As a reminder, the time on the screen is unofficial. It's just a courtesy so you can keep track of how your swimmer is doing. It's not connected to the scoreboard in any way, shape, or form. So be sure to check Meet Mobile for the final and official results. At the halfway point, it looks like Farmington. Kristen Fleming is going to touch first. In second place from Farmington, Mackenzie Bushy. Coming to the wall, finishing first, Kristen Fleming from Farmington with a time of 109.50. Second place, Mackenzie Bushy with a time of 109.99. Third place goes to Sophia Nielsen from Skyline with a time of 110.90. Fourth goes to Katie Larrick from Farmington, a time of 110.91. Fifth, Miranda Nielsen from Skyline with a time of 113.71. Sixth, Stephanie Smith from Farmington with a time of 114.99. Seventh, Sky Rowley from Skyline with a time of 118.91. And eighth, Ava Dawson from Skyline with a time of 121.89. As they cool down, we will set up the final event of the evening, the 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, the Farmington D team of Meyer, Ronald, Howell, and Feenstra. Lane 2, the Farmington C team of Kowalski, Allen, Klein, and Richter. Lane 3, the Farmington B team, D'Erico, Machiavelli, Pereira, and Garcia Cedillo. Swimming for Skyline, lane 4, the A team. That is a typo. Oh, we have two. We have Emma. Sorry, the 18. There's another D'Erico. Lane 4 for Farmington, Emma D'Erico, Ava Martin, Madeline Greaves, Mackenzie Bushy. Swimming for Skyline in lane 5, the A team of Cosma, Sadler, Guevara, and Cleason. Lane 6, the B team of McNeil, Husel, Sloan, and Enrique Shakespeare. And lane 7, the C team of Sawyer, Chin, Fields, and Dulett. The finals of the 400 free is on the block. After the first 100, it's the Skyline A team in the lead, followed by the Farmington A team in second. The Skyline and Farmington B teams are very close for third. Skyline B has a slight edge. After the first swimmer, Skyline A will exchange first, followed by Farmington A. Skyline B will touch just ahead of Farmington B and Farmington D. Farmington C is off the blocks. And Skyline D as well. After the second swimmer, it's going to be Skyline A over Farmington A by about a length and a half. Farmington B will touch for third, about a length ahead of Skyline B. The Farmington A team is charging very strong. I think they have taken the lead from the Skyline A team. Coming to the last swimmer, Farmington A has stretched out a 2.5 length lead over Skyline A. And Farmington B has a 1 length lead over Skyline B for third. Skyline A is closing on Farmington A. I don't know if she can catch her, but it's making it much, much closer. It's going to be close to the wall. Farmington A touches first with a time of 3:44.98, followed by Skyline A 3:45.41. Just a little more than a half second apart. It will be Farmington B touching third with a time of 4:06.24, followed by Skyline B with a time of 4:07.36. Also less than a second apart. Well, just over a second apart. Fifth goes to Farmington D with a time of 4:17.32. Sixth place will go to Farmington C with a time of 4:28.02. And finishing strong to round out tonight's meet will be the Skyline C team with a time of 5 minutes, 0 seconds, .22. Oh, I take it back. We have one more. That was one more turn. That was their turn. They got one more loop. Sorry, folks. And this time for real, the Skyline C team finishing strong with a final time of 5 minutes, 50 seconds, .06. That completes the meet for tonight. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast. We'll be back on Thursday for Skyline's next home meet. As always, be sure to check Meet Mobile for the final results and times. Don't guarantee, don't be certain for the times we reported. Always check and verify. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you in the next one.